Can you make it better? Trap out like Griselda. Post up with bucks, let through the night, yeah. Spin the block for the stretch, on with the hood up when we wet up. And it's all gonna be alright, yeah. But the wrong choice, take your life, yeah. On top of the Nike print, front of rich niggas kicking your bank, though. And they shit give a roll to niggas who own it, who don't know a thing but trap, though. Blue faces, I put that over net. That shit that we selling, I make you relapse, though. Thinking I'm slipping, run up and get clapped, ho. I put that knife on the map, ho. Damn.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Mr. Cool Breeze. Once again, I'm back on the motherfucking business, man. I can't stop, won't stop. I told myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna record one time this week, and then I'm gonna record 2 times next week. But the goal is to end up recording every day. You feel me? Like, really, really get busy in this motherfucker. But then I decided, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm recording 2 times this week. So what's up, man? I'm back again. I ain't stopping. Can't stop, won't stop, man. It's on some straight motherfucking. I got to go hard, man. I got to go get it. So, the subject for the day is changes. The reason it's changes is because I think that we have a lot of talented people in this world. We have really, really like a great amount of talented people that are really good at what they do. A lot of smart individuals. But being smart and talented won't get you nothing. Like, it will get you absolutely, you know what I'm saying? It might get you looked at. You know what I mean? Like, there's several people who get looked at for simply being talented. Motherfuckers can recognize your ability to, process problems, problem solve, shit like that. Speak well. You know what I mean? Your vernacular, the things that you do, they're like, oh, that motherfucker is smart, or that motherfucker is talented. But that ain't gonna really get you nothing. You know what I mean? Working hard. There's a lot of motherfuckers who work hard. My dad, that nigga work hard, man. That nigga works hard. He's worked hard my whole life. Shout out to that nigga. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I had a plastic spoon in my mouth, though. You feel me? But we're just simply working hard ain't gonna get you what you want. You feel me? It's a culmination of things. And with that being said, you have to change to some degree to really, really become successful like you want to. Be that as a college student, or be that as whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to be a motherfucking bricklayer, my nigga, like, you're going to have to make some changes to truly be a successful bricklayer. Now, you can go work for somebody and, be a bricklayer, and you know what I mean? That's it. Like, if that's all you want to be, is just a regular old bricklayer. But if you want to own a bricklaying business, you now are talking about a whole nother game. You're talking about something totally, completely different. So with that being said, what are the changes you're going to have to make? Like, are you going to have to be more, you know what I'm saying, savage with your shit? Are you going to have to go talk to more people? Like, hey, yo, you need a brick fence, my nigga. You need a brick, is that a gate? Brick wall. There we go. A brick wall around your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these bougie motherfuckers want brick walls. You're going to have to go door to door. Now, if the only thing you practice was being a bricklayer, then, like, okay, you really, really good at laying bricks, but don't nobody know. Like, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to become a marketer to some degree. And I think that when we think about the reasons we ain't successful, well, I don't even think we think about the reasons a lot of times. I think a lot of times it comes straight down to, we understand that there's a problem. And like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, the fuck can I do? You know what I mean? Like, shit bad. It ain't gonna get no better unless something change. But we ain't really looking for the change. We just aware of the problem. And you just sit on that, like, like, shit bad. Shit sucks. Like, I'm having a really bad day. And then that's all you think about. Like, you don't think about, like, first off, you ain't thinking positively. You're not sitting there actually putting positive affirmations in your head. You ain't sitting there thinking about what you're grateful for, what the good things that are happening in your life. It's the same thing with social media. You see a lot of times like big time. I do it, but I'm a regular nigga right now. But you see big artists, big rappers, singers, actors. They making all this money, but they got on social media and spaz on somebody. You feel me? When there is like thousands upon millions of people actually singing their praises. You feel me? Actually saying positive things about them. But what you saw was the negative. A lot of times we tend to just focus on what's going wrong. Like that's the focus, not on the actual change, not on the actual excuse me, not on the actual problem, actually making this shit better. And can you make it better? Can you make it better? Yes, you can. I think the thing you have to realize is first, there's a problem. You already figured that out. If you done got to the point where you are, you know what I'm saying, having problems with something, you've already figured out, like, you know, like, there's a problem. The next thing you have to start realizing is you have to change something. Like, what's going to actually have to change? Like, you're going to actually have to make changes. The next thing, stop fucking with people that saying you change and like, oh, you don't need to change. Keep being the same you. You know what I mean? Like, you doing too much. Stop fucking with them niggas. Because they don't really care about you. They like the you that you are right now. They like the you that you hate. Well, not necessarily even hate, but the you that you are that isn't getting you what you want. Okay? They like that motherfucker. That motherfucker cool. That's they nigga. Like that's they people's, my nigga. Like they say every time they see him, they hug that motherfucker. Like if that's who they like, that's exactly who they like. They like that motherfucker that no, you right here with me. You right here with me. Or you know what I'm saying? You just below me, my nigga. Like, yeah, that's who we like. That's who we like. We don't want you to change. Because if you change, you're gonna be different. If you different, you might not like me no more. You know what I mean? So like, don't fuck with them people. The people that like don't encourage you to change, or always are talking about like you change. It's like, if you want to get better, you're gonna have to change. Jay-Z always talks about people who always talk about he changed. It's like it. If I was not to change, you know what I mean? Like, I would still be in some of the bad situations that I was in. You know what I mean? Like, you want me to get better, but you don't want me to change. That's not how this shit works. That's not how this shit works. I remember when I was like my freshman year, beginning of my freshman year, I used to work out hard as fuck, like hard as hell. A nigga used to be like, this nigga's trying to kill himself. Like, and then I didn't think about it. You know what I mean? I'm 19. I'm really not thinking about that shit. Just simply because I was trying to kill myself. Not for real, but like I was trying to kill off the old me. I was trying to kill off the weak Darian. You know what I mean? Like the skinny nigga that was in that bitch. You feel me? The little nigga, the twig that was running around getting his ass slapped on the field, my nigga. I was trying to kill that nigga. I was trying to get rid of him. Like, because this nigga is useless, my nigga. This nigga ain't gonna never give me no scholarship. This nigga ain't gonna never get me to the league, my nigga. This nigga gotta go. This nigga gotta go. So when I was in the weight room, I was working the fuck out. Like, we getting busy. I would do my homework in the gym. I would I'd be talking to girls in the gym. Like my nigga, I stopped going to the gym towards the end of my freshman year. Well, not the end of the freshman year, but the end of the fall of my freshman year. Because at that point it was like, oh, okay, I've round the corner, or got over the learning curve, or the physical learning curve, physical and mental. But physically, I was where I wanted to be. And it was like that. I was cool with that. Like at that point, okay, now I can mingle with my teammates and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but even then, I didn't understand that I was in a place where the mindset was a loser's mentality. Like the school I went to was Southern Virginia University. You go look up their records right now, my nigga. These niggas may not have had a winning season since like A couple years before I got there, I think that was the only winning season they had. So when you looked at the people that was on the roster, it was like these motherfuckers was used to losing. I wasn't used to that shit, my nigga. I remember we had one game my sophomore year when I actually got to play. I was a redshirt freshman. We had a game against a team that was, a big school. They are supposed to beat us. And like I'm positive in it. I'm like, yo, like let's work, because you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to upset some shit. I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to upset some shit. I wasn't even gonna play. I knew I wasn't gonna play, but still my mindset was like, yo, like I'm working like we finna come out here and beat this motherfucking team, my nigga. Like, yeah, like it's none of this bullshit. Like none of it. But you had teammates like, bro, we are not gonna win. Like, who the fuck? Like, why are you here? Like, this is like everybody has a chance once you get on the field, my nigga. Like, why would you be saying like we ain't gonna win? Why would you already be putting into the universe that we aren't capable of success? So, like, I mean, I was gonna leave Southern Virginia anyway, but once I seen that, it was like, oh, okay, I understand that. Like, I really don't need to be here because you motherfuckers don't believe in yourself. Like you motherfuckers don't believe in yourself enough to just simply fool yourself into believing that you could do that shit. You know what I mean? Like I fool myself into believing I can do a lot of shit that I probably can't do. I probably can't do. But like the positive mindset is what I stick with. I've said this several times, but one time I was talking to a DJ here in Charlotte named DJ Expression. I was working the boards at Power 104.4, and I just worked the board to put a DJ on while the radio was on. Turn the radio off, put the DJ on, let him do his mix. When I did the mix, I was like, I did it, but I kind of fucked it up a little bit. When it sat down, he was like, "You did you transitioned the DJ?" I was like, "Yeah, I kind of fucked it up." Well, no, I was like, "Yeah, I did that." He was like, "You did a good job." I was like, "I don't think I did that good," or some shit like that. And he was like, "Don't calculate failure," and that, like, oh my goodness, like I've never heard anybody say that. So for him to say that, it was like in my mind, it was like, oh my goodness, like I do need to stop doing that. I do need to stop thinking that it's possible for me to fail. If you think it's possible that you'll fail, it's now, you know what I'm saying? It's now an actual possibility that you will fail. There's a saying that says the man who says he can't and the man who says he can are both right, or some shit like that. I know I just fucked that up, but I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? I even with that, like just now with saying it, I knew I didn't remember it completely, but I didn't calculate failure. I knew I went into it hoping that, you know what I mean? Like God would bring it to my mind. I think a lot of times, like we calculate the fact that like, well, I'm not capable of it, or we don't do things to set ourselves up to be more successful. I had another friend who was telling me a lot of Black people, like, we do things unprepared. Like we just not prepared for the things that we want to do. And when shit go wrong, it's like, oh, well, damn, I thought the shit would work out. But how did you expect it to work out if you didn't prepare? What did you do to help yourself be successful in this situation? If you did nothing, then you should expect nothing. Or as my grandmother likes to say, fail to plan to fail. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing with me. It's like I'm at the point now that I'm trying to kill the old me. Like I don't think I'm a bad person. I don't look down on myself. I don't think I'm a piece of shit or nothing like that. I think that in order for me to be successful, there is going to have to be another Darian. Somebody else is going to have to rise to the top, and it can't be the Darian that used to hit licks. It can't be the football Darian. It can't be the lovable husband Darian. It can't, like, none of them niggas is gonna give me what I want. Why? Because I don't have what I want right now. So it's obvious that them niggas couldn't do the job. So I must create something new. I must go in. I gotta work hard. I got to go and recraft, and then polish whatever it is that I want to be. And I understand that. Like that's I do a really good job of checking myself. It's hard. It's really, really hard because a lot of times you know what I mean. Like, who wants to actually sit there and say that they're wrong, or who wants to sit there and say like I'm inadequate? You know, nobody. Nobody ever wants to sit there and be like I'm inadequate with anything. Like when you when you listen to most females talk that just got out of a situation with a guy, or they're talking about a guy who's cheating or something like that. It's like, there ain't no other bitch like me. And she's right. She's right. There is no other female like her. But a lot of times we think that we are the absolute best. Like, there is nothing else out there that's better than us or even similar to us. You understand me? Sad. The sad thing about that is it usually is. I hear people say, "Oh, there's no good women out here." Like, don't be single because there are no good women out here. Like, there's nothing out here. So what the fuck? Like, how do you think that motherfuckers find good girls, my nigga? Like, you think they have this motherfucker crafting them bitches from the dirt? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not how it works. It's a matter of trying, like finding, like, okay, this one ain't right. Okay, there's another one out here. You feel me? Or me and this woman didn't click. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, something went wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's another one out here, my nigga. Like, and like it's like the old head said, there's plenty of fish in the sea. It's a numbers game. If you're gonna change, you're gonna have to keep trying different things in whatever it is that you want to do. You keep shooting your shot. My ex-wife, Sydney, my nigga, she can shoot. Like, she has no three. She has no three at all. But mid-range, she's a monster. She can and it's a mind thing. I know it's a mind thing because she can literally stand on the other side of the 3-point line, inside the 3-point line, and damn near shoot like maybe 89%. With nobody sticking her, like 89%. Like, I hate playing this woman in horse because I'm not a basketball player. But like, I've shot around with her so much that, you know, I shot a little right. Sometimes I'll be feeling myself. I'm like, yo, let's get it. Go to play her, and like, it'd be like a 20-minute game and I still lose because her shot is that nice. But the reason her shot is nice because she done shot this shot for like 20-some years. Like, she's been working on this shot since she was a kid. She's missed game winners, you feel me, in basketball game. So like, to her, this is something she's worked, like I said, she's worked her whole life. She coaches girls basketball. So what is she doing when she's out there with the girls? Teaching them how to shoot. The best way to teach somebody how to shoot is actually sitting there shooting with them. She shoots horse with these motherfuckers like all the time. Like, so her shot is money, my nigga. Like, cause she done worked on it, but she had to change. She had to stop being the regular old Sydney that she was and actually sit in. Just throw the ball in the air a bunch of times. You know what I'm saying? Working on her form. Going to the gym, shooting every day. Shooting when she, you know what I'm saying? After she get done running, reshooting and shooting free throws. Like, constantly putting up a shot. And the thing about repetition in change is that the more that you practice doing something different, doing something until you perfect it, you develop a confidence. And that's another thing Sydney was saying to me. Most of this shit is just confidence. Like, you get to the point where, like, you don't think the shot is going in. You don't hope the shot is going in. You know the shot is going in. If your shot misses, you're like, oh, like, I didn't expect that. Because I expected that bitch to go in. Like, I didn't expect for this motherfucker to miss. I expected for this shot to go in because I worked that hard. Because I truly took the time to try to master what it is that I do. I was at UNCC watching these kids play pool. I'm sitting there, and this one little boy is talking trash to everybody. He is talking shit to everybody, but he's beating everybody. Um, and it's some AAU kids. The mom sees me watching. She comes over and stands by me. I don't know why. Maybe she just thought, like this nigga look friendly. I don't fucking know. She starts talking to me, and when she started talking to me, she asked me, "Are you good at pool?" I was like, "I'm all right. I'm not that great at it." She was like, "Everything is learned." And I'm like, it was another one of those powerful statements. It was like, but it was so simple. Both of them are extremely simple, but extremely powerful. She says, everything is learned. Everything is learned. You don't come into this world knowing how to do anything. It's like, fuck. Like, that's right. Like, I didn't know how to walk. Like, motherfucker, I run all the time now. I jump all the time now. You didn't know how to talk. You didn't know how to, like, there are very few things that you just do naturally. Breathing, blinking, smelling, and moving. Like, you had to learn how to walk. You had to learn how to talk. You had to learn to understand what different sounds were. You had to learn your mother's voice. You probably actually knew your mother's voice because you learned it while you were developing in her stomach. But yet and still, like, you have to, everything that you want to do in this world, you got to learn. If you want to be a better time manager, you're going to have to learn how to manage your time. So you're going to have to actually change what you're doing and apply steps to work on managing your time. If you want to work on managing your money, you have to change the way you spend money and manage your money. Like, you're going to have to understand that, like, okay, like, I'm going to put away a portion of this check and never touch it again. For some people, it's learning how to, like, stay on top of their bills, like how to manage their bills. You're going to have to learn that. You're going to have to learn all this stuff. But if you can learn change, learn how to deal with change, you'll be fine. So like I said, this subject was change. It's probably the biggest thing that is that everybody has to deal with change. Like, there's a couple things that everybody got to do. You got to breathe, you got to live, and you got to die. Like, you were born, so you got to live and you got to die. Like, those two things are going to happen. But another thing that's going to always happen is change. Change comes whether you want it or not. I like to force change. I'm weird like that. If I know I want something, I'm going to put myself in a position that I got to change. I don't have no fucking options. It's called burning your boats or burning your ships. I forgot who did it. But I believe it was Spanish conquistadors. When they landed on the Americas, they got off the boats, and the captain of the ships turned around and was like, yo, burn them bitches. Burn all them ships. Because I want these niggas to know, like, bro, there ain't no turning back. And, like, what the fuck? Like, nah, my nigga, like, you got to go in this bitch full tilt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no other option except go hard, except for change. Like, whatever you was thinking about when, you know what I'm saying? Man, damn, I hope the motherfucking Native Americans ain't real like that. I hope, you know what I'm saying, the motherfuckers we run up on ain't no savages. You know what I'm saying? They're like, they ain't really about the business, my nigga. There is none of that, my nigga. It's like, my nigga, when we get out here, you either gonna die or you gonna fight, period. So, like, once you burn the ships, it's that mindset that you either gonna die or you gonna fight. You either gonna die or you gonna change. I like to force change. I like to put myself in positions where, like, I absolutely have to change. I have no options. I have no options to quit. I have, like, none of that. My dad used to tell me all the stories about how he quit. He quit football. He quit the military. He never quit on us, and I appreciate that. That is the fucking G for that shit. But, like, he quit a lot of things. So I like there is shit I should have quit it, like, early. But I didn't quit just simply because, like, I love my dad, but I cannot live like my dad, my nigga. I can't. I just can't. And I love this man to death. Like, That's my fucking idol, my nigga. But I can't live like my dad, bro. Like, no, what in a business sense. In a business sense, morally, I would love to be more like my dad. Like, this man is a stand up dude, man, straight up. But in a business sense, I feel like my dad quit too many things. He didn't take initiative in too many things. He procrastinated with too many things. I procrastinate too. But the one thing I forced myself to do is change. I forced myself to be in positions where, like, you don't have enough time to procrastinate. You really don't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I purposely sabotage my ability to be lazy. Like, if I feel myself being lazy, if I feel myself taking the easy route, I burn ships quick, my nigga. Like, and it's funny. My dad, like, he helps me with that shit. Like, even with this, I going through a rough time right now. Rough as fuck. But I told my dad, coming home is failure, man. I told him this like 4 months ago, maybe five. I told him like close to 4 or 5 months ago. I was like, coming home is failure. So when I hit him up, I was like, yo, help me come home. My nigga didn't text me back. I was like, I respect that shit. I don't respect that shit because you could have just been like, I ain't got it, and just, you know what I'm saying, left me out this bitch, and I could have understood that. But he didn't text me back. Even if he did it just simply because he was like, I don't want to help this nigga, that's different. But I like it because it forces me to stay down. You know what I'm saying? 100%, my nigga. Like, there is no turning back. Burn that motherfucking shit, man. Do not go, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want it, you're gonna have to do it or die. So that's it on change. But the biggest thing is you're gonna have to change how you think. You're gonna have to change your habits. Um, and you have to change what you put out into this world. You can't be putting out negativity into this world. You always got to be positive. So first thing is you got to do is change your mindset. That's the biggest thing. And be ready for change, because change is going to happen whether you want it or not. Whether you want it or not. Your job, your grades, your school, your kids, your girl, your husband, whatever. Shit is going to change. It's always going to change. Be ready for it.